Hello guys, it's Ign Hl04 back with another Splinterlands video. In today's episode we are going to take a look at a card that first I didn't like a lot. I think it was trash, and after the time I changed my mind with it, and now I feel pretty confident using him with the certain cards and in certain rules. The card that I'm currently talking about is a water card, and I think you already know it if you watched my videos. It's Possibilis. Possibilis for me now has a bigger spot in my heart than I first saw him, because the 2 mana, the trample and the reach ability is still great. Currently you can get 1 BCX of those cards if for $13.31. If you want to be insured for sale, they are for $13.46, so probably $13 to $14 per BCX, or a level 3 copy for $80. If you want to get a gold copy, you have to spend about $87. So now that we have that out of the way, we can look at the water cards that I think are benefit the most if you play this card. First one would be Bakjira. This card is absolutely insane with Possibilis. Another good option to play this card with would be the Demon Shark, Deep Lurker, Flying Squid, Cephropod, basically every monster, but especially also the Lamal Refugee. Those cards would benefit a ton. Also the Spineback Turtle, but I don't think a lot of you guys are playing in the wild format. So now let's hop in to write some battles, but before we start, if you like this type of content, feel free to like and subscribe, and also comment down below what your favorite legendary summoner is at the moment. In this part you see us playing in the top with a Possibilis. Down below he plays a Thaddeus. He has a pretty decent lineup. Also he plays a Rooney, so let's see how this is going to turn out. We are in the top, we are boosting our melee, we get an extra shield of Archimedes. I have to admit that Archimedes is a pretty decent card to play. There's the Spreading Fear rule set and the Amplify rule set, so he made a good choice with playing the Windeco in the front. But you're gonna see that it is good for us. We're going to demolish him pretty quickly. That's a nice heal in the front there. We were able to reduce his damage, and now our Demon Shark is able to trample. We killed the first monster, we are killing the next monster, we are killing one after another. We are reducing his damage, and even though he is trying to kill us, it's way too late, because we were able to resurrect our snake, and it's doing so much damage in the front. His Rooney is going to get resurrected, but our magic hits through the shield, and that's the first win of the night. It was in a brawl, as you may have witnessed, because he played a Gladius card. Then we are witnessing a battle in the Champion League. Here we have a blast rule set and an opportunity rule set. So basically we are all going to hit the Slip Spawn, he's all going to hit our Wave Brood. We have the beer in the front that's going to reduce the mercenaries' damage to a low, and you're gonna see how this battle is going to turn out. And trust me, this is going to be interesting to watch. I also have to admit, I really liked to play Possibilis with Archimedes. I used Archimedes a lot in this type of rule set, especially because he's doing so much damage. One bad thing is the acid shooter. He's doing a lot of damage to our front line, or to any monster. For example, now he made and poison to our fiend. The good thing is we were able to reduce his health. In the next turn, hopefully, the Slip Spawn is able to die. His damage in the front line got pretty much reduced to 0, and we are starting to trample if we're finally able to hit the front line. This time our fiend is going to get resurrected, so still one more hit point to go there. Finally the opposing monster is dead. Now we can hit freely, and the first thing we are going to damage is the Queen Mycelia. Queen Mycelia out of the way. We finally got our shield back. The front line is pretty weakened. The back line is already dead, and he has only one monster left that can threat us, but this is going to die pretty quickly. Kron has no chance against our Possibilis lineup, and the last monster that stands from him was the Venador Kinjo. Pretty much got lucky that we got the crawl out of the way right away, but hey, was a high percentage win battle, so I really like it. Then we have another Possibilis against a Kelia. In this case, you see, we didn't even bring another shield there. Probably we have a triage in the back, we have a speed in the back, so we are matching his speed. If we didn't bring the supply runner, we got a good frontline heal. We have a deep lurker, he has a deep lurker. We are doing a good frontline damage, and just see what's going to happen right now. He's faster, but we have a ton of health. The good thing is we are reducing his damage by a ton, and if we get a good hits, that's an unfortunate miss right there, but you can't have everything. We got the poison, that's pretty good for us, so his healer is going to die first. Maybe we're getting some retaliates finally, and there we go. That's also a good retaliate. We got a double heal back then. His healer is going to die first, so we are doing a tremendous amount of damage, and the trample has been stopped, but now we have a good secondary tank that can take a lot of hits. Unfortunately gets poisoned right away, so that's not the best thing that could happen, but it's not all the worst thing that could happen. We still have our frontline heal, so even though he's doing a lot of damage, we are able to heal. He is not able to heal, and that's the deciding factor of the game, because he's only 3 damage now. We are healing for free. After this round, it's gonna be over for him, because he won't be able to damage us enough to get us down to 0 health. And that's the second win for Possibilis. You may have witnessed all of those battles are taking very long, because Possibilis has a lot of hit points the enemy has to go through. There we see a Mordius in the back, which is a pretty deadly monster with 7 damage and stun and piercing. Also, we have to admit he played 2 other stunners, which is pretty bad for us. He basically played a full stun team. And the Techno-Visologist would be a bad choice for the Wave Brute if he wasn't magic, but the good thing is he's magic. We are doing a lot of damage. He enraged our Alchemist, which is pretty bad for him. Our damage boosting monster is dead in the first round, but we got a pretty nice double trample there, double kill, 1 trample, and the game is finally over. He won't be able to do as much damage to us as we do to him. We are way too strong. There's another trample coming out right now, and it's 1 against 5, and the Demon Shark finishes him off. It's in GG's, well played. That was a quick round because he hasn't gotten a lot of magic, a lot of high health monsters. So 2 battles to go in this battle. We still play against another Obsidian, so you're gonna see us, we're doing pretty significant amount of damage. He gets reduced because he's only doing 1 damage, but the Chain Golem will suffer significantly. We have a lot of health, which helps the Demon Shark to survive a little longer. Fortunately and unfortunately, there are not a lot of shields in there, but he's doing 8 damage to the front, which is pretty good for us. And now that's the best thing that could happen, a trample through the first 2 monsters, with both of them having 8 hit points. So that's going to help us tremendously. The poison there helped us to kill the monster in the second turn. And then now he gets resurrected and still tramples through 2 monsters. Then I don't know who attacks first. He attacks first. He would have trampled too. So basically, we trampled through his whole teams with our 2 frontline monsters, because both of them did 8 damage per attack, and he hadn't gotten a monster that could sustain us. Now we are at our last battle. Here we're seeing a Possibilis against a Wraith. He played an interesting combination of a Legionnaire and then an Uriel. We have the Divine Shield ability. Personally, I would have switched those two up and maybe put another second position monster. He hasn't gotten maxed leveled cards, which helped us win the battle, but you're gonna see how it's going to turn out. It was in a tournament, so let's see if we are able to win this and how we are able to win this. The good thing was we are attacking the Adele, so he hasn't gotten the resurrect. We are turn firing him a lot of the times, so now we're still hitting him. It would have been better for him if we swapped the Time Vandler with the Brightwing. Now we're getting us a resurrect, so he still has another what's it called? Divine Shield. Our two guys trampled back through his backline. I still have to admit we weren't in a even battle because we were doing way more damage than he did, and we were a little over leveled, but hey, I don't actually care. It shows how good Possibilis' trample ability can be if there are not many shields around. So this is going to be the last battle of the day. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you do, feel free to like and subscribe, and also tell me what you think about Possibilis, if you own a Possibilis, and what you think generally of the water team at the current state of the game, because I think it's pretty overpowered with Kalia and some of the support cards like Pandit, and if we take into account the neutral cards, let's say the Uraeus is also a pretty big deal. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you do, feel free to like and subscribe. I wish you an amazing rest of the day. Bye!